Hello guys, how are we doing? Today's video is going to be the first of many S&D Sundays. I'm not going to guarantee it's going to be every Sunday because this game is a banger and I've sort of started off at a pretty good high here. I dropped 18 kills on Tuscan S&D, so I think that's pretty solid. I've scrapped out, because it was a 20-minute long game, and I've sort of shortened this down to 12 minutes just for your guys' viewing experience, so it's not a long-winded sort of process for you guys. But yeah, series called S&D Sunday. It's basically just the fact that I'm posting S&D on Sunday. It's not going to be every Sunday because I don't, as I said, post out bangers. I don't put banger games like this out all the time on ranked play, especially now I'm in the higher divisions. Yeah, I get 18 kills, and I'm just going to be talking through my thought processes and some tips and tricks on S&D Tuscan in particular as I go through the gameplay. Since uploading this, well, since recording this video, the spawn system has actually changed on Tuscan. So you might be thinking, hang on, spawn system is it's S&D, there are no respawns, but if you spawn the church side of the map, you actually spawn closer to the mid than you used to when this gameplay was recorded. So at the time of recording this, you could get to A-bomb pretty much quicker than they could on the offense rounds, whereas on the defense rounds now, you can get there quicker. So it's a bit of a weird one to explain. Sort of ego this guy for some reason. Don't know why I was doing that. Especially as he had a sniper, but I was feeling myself, you know. But yeah, other than that, the strat's going to be relatively the same. Obviously, when you're playing offense on Tuscan now, don't rush it because the enemy team will get to mid before you do, and will get to the bomb site before you do. So yeah, you want to play a little bit more passive on the offense. Maybe play for a pick here or there before you push up to proceed to plant a bomb. But yeah, so getting straight into the video, it's a 1v2 situation and I've got a bomb. Now I'm thinking, let's get bomb down, because then it gives them like a time bracket in which they've got to come and kill me. Now, I was sort of aware one of them was around their side of the map because he sort of hadn't had a kill yet, so that's how I knew he was coming, so I sort of did that. And unfortunately I choked that kill. I think I just egoed it, whereas I think if I watched this, he just sort of kept shooting, which I didn't expect. I thought he'd probably sprint after me or something like that. That's what I imagined he'd do, so I sort of chilled out, but hey-ho, it's what it is. The reason I planted it for there as well, sort of planted it so it was only really engageable in the short range, is because I have a sub. Now, if you've got a sub, you want to be able to attack the bomb at short distances. But yeah, so we're playing defense now. So I've sort of just watched their side zig, so well, their side U. So I'm sort of hoping I can see someone cross. And as I'm jumping out, always checking corners, because as I said before, whilst I was recording this, obviously they can get to mid a lot quicker the other side, but that's gone the other way now. So if you guys are playing, you want to sort of reverse the way, or you are taking hints from some sort of reverse the way in which you want to be rushing the side. So we've got the 4v1 man advantage here, and I'm just sort of checking all my corners, slowly playing at the map, thankfully getting the kills as we go along. So again, offense, you sort of really want to be, you know, playing passively nowadays. I mean, Tuscan S&D, as I said, have changed now, so you don't really want to be planting quite so aggressively here. You want to play for a pick initially. But you'll see how I'm manoeuvring around this sort of area. I'm playing at the heights in which they wouldn't expect me to normally be. So from our side, I jumped on like the wall, run round, jumped up to mid, godheady over that, just because you run at eye level, you run at body level, you're sort of going to be where they're looking. Whereas if you play a slightly elevated level, you're going to be harder to hit because they're going to have to adjust their aim. They're not going to be pre-aiming up top, are they? Because that's just not what people do. So I know there are two people mid, which is why I'm sort of hiding here. And I thankfully managed to get bombed down. And I know my two teammates, I know where they are, so I'm just sort of watching his turn out. I know he was mid, so in my head he's either going to come this way, which he does. Now, I was pissed, because if you watch the kill cam right here, you'll see exactly what happens. So he's got intuition, which is actually now a ban perk, thankfully, but it essentially tells you when someone's looking at you. So he knew I was there, and I was actually hesitating because I was waiting for cleaner shots, but because he knew I was there because of his perk, he just span on me. Now, this is one mistake I see a lot of people do, is when they come top church to chow mid alley or fire, they sort of open themselves up quite a lot. But whereas if you want to rewind and watch how I did that specifically, I watched it with quite a slow pace approach. I sort of stayed close to the sandbags, just so that it was the tiniest amount he could see me. But hey, Right there, our new bomb planter had to be beneath me because I peeked it. I peeked it quite soon after he planted. Yeah, so I knew he sort of couldn't get away any other way. So he'd either have to be on the stairs behind me or underneath, which is where he was. Thankfully, my man Hayden managed to pick up another 2-piece there as well. Love to see that. So as I said, don't do this now if you're this side of the map because they will get there first. They will be there ready for you. Whereas if you're the other side of the map, say if you're on defense, now you're playing Tuscan, rushing the map is a probably viable idea. So I've cleared out mid-church, and my head's thinking, right, they're going to have sent 1A, and they're not necessarily going to strictly know that we're behind them. So I think, you know what, let's just get bombed down. Unfortunately, I died. And strangely enough, we lose that round. So it was a 3v1 in the end, and this guy ends up getting a 3-piece, so fair play to him. This is all I'm about here. This is a nice little crack in the sandbags in which you can tell you can chal it. I mean, I don't know why I'd chal it with an SMG. That's probably stupid. I'd have my brain taken off. So I'm sort of playing slow here. I know a lot of people like to push round to A, and I've got a couple of teammates at B, so I'm not really fussed about getting around there that quickly. So again, I'm just sort of pre-aiming mid, pre-aiming like fire. Hopefully they'll chow me one time or another. It's 3v3, so I'm just sort of waiting. If they get bombed down, fine, we can retake it because there's only a certain amount of situations in which they can be. I know one guy's there, so he could be planted, he might not be. Now that bugs me. I wanted to pray in the door, but because I've slide cancelled and I've got auto sprint on, you know, I don't know whether you guys have suffered before, but there's a glitch where you can't look down. So that's what happened there. I was super pissed, but we ended up losing the round to make it 3-all. And I don't know whether you could tell I'm really skipping. So my latency pings up to 60, 70 here. And I'm jerking around even without moving. So I hope you guys can see that, which is why I'm playing a bit passive here. I don't really want to take a one-on-one gunfight because my connection is probably going to lose me the round or lose me the gun kill. So I'm sort of playing really passively here. Trying to get away. Just hoping for a pick here or there, to be honest. That's all I'm really doing. And I just get my lid in the back. They eventually win the round, so they've only got 2 rounds for the dub, whereas we've still got to win 3. And I'm still lagging. I don't know whether you guys can see me skipping here, but I'm sort of very conscious of that. I don't want to take on a gun, like a one-on-one and gunfight, because I don't feel like, even though I hit my shots, if my latency is pinging at that certain time, hey, I might be losing that gunfight, and I don't want to risk that. So I know 2 enemies are here, because I can hit one, I can hear them throw nades, etc. And these bits are broken. Now, I don't know where that guy came from. Now, upon watching that, it's clear that he jumped back from where I was looking behind me and absolutely just, I don't know, my camera couldn't keep up with it, so I chose that kill. But we'll blame it on lag. We'll blame it on lag. Why not? Right, it's 3v4 and we're pushing through B. Now, they need 1 more round to win and we need 3, so we've really got to do something special here. So we're really playing live, checking corners, making sure we're not, you know, failing to silly mistakes. But as you can see, I'm still getting that packet burst, which is an absolute nightmare. So, they've just shot twice. Now, one of them was under fire, and one of them was close left out of here. So I'm playing a bit bizarre here. Bouncing that nade off so it hits the person below me. He's weak. I'll go out and then challenge him for 1 shot. That's a lovely play. That I would not have been able to do that if they didn't shoot. So this, if anything, is a lesson for you guys to learn. Don't shoot unless you need to, because I knew there was 1 low fire and I knew there was 1 to the left outside of there just because they shot. It's worth, as soon as you hear a shot on S&D, look at the minimap. It might be your team, but it might not, and it might give you free intel on where an enemy is, which is huge in S&D. It's all about positioning. So we've got 1 enemy, we've got 1 teammate at B, and I can see 2 red dots at B, so I'm assuming it's a B hit. And I saw him here, so I'm sort of, I thought he was going to re-chow, so I sort of played this heady, but I've communicated to my teammate he's gone back to P5. Don't know how he didn't kill me there. So 3v2 retake on bomb, I think we should be fine, but I'm sort of playing passive, waiting for them to push me out a little bit here. It's 2v2, we know where 1 is. 1's top plat. So that's info. Thankfully that guy was absolutely, he had no clue what was going on. Managed to kill him from behind. And we get the 2nd kill, secure that. Having numbers is always essential when you're playing S&D on any map. Say if it's 2-1 up, you want to be sticking with that burn. Say it's there's 2 of you alive, and there's only 1 of them. Just stick with the other teammate. you can get the trade. Get the trade. Unless they double nade you, which is very unlikely, or if they collateral you with a sniper. Very unlucky. It's round 11 here. And my streak managed to get 2 kills, a strafe run. Imagine that actually does something useful. So, makes it a 4v2. My teammate picks up a final, well, the penultimate kill, leaving it a 4v1 on round 11. It's the first time, actually, I think, and the only time in which the strafe run has actually done bits. So, yeah, relieved about that. Alright, so Noah's up here, so I'm sort of... We're getting the pinch on here. If I'm honest, I wanted to go for the limb. I wanted to maybe put a few bullets in if I saw him. But that closes out the game. Hope you enjoyed. If there's any question you have on S&D or strats, just give me a shout. If you want anything a bit more specific, let me know in the comments. As I said, I get 18 limbs, 2 plants, and a few deaths. I can't really remember how many deaths it is. But both teams played fairly well. The user with 14 kills in the team probably gutted. He couldn't carry a little bit, but I think my team played better as a team than they did, and that's eventually why we won. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.